Hi, everybody. Welcome to our French wine hangout. I'm Sarita from Vine Me Up, and I'm here with Girl Meets Glass, Tanisha Townsend. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
I don't know about
you.
you, Tanisha, but it's hot here. It's 90 degrees here today.
Are
So,
you serious?
oh no,
Oh
it's
my
90.
goodness.
It's
No.
90.
Okay.
So
So yeah,
when I tell you this
that
is
wasn't my
perfect,
that wasn't my life today.
no, it was perfect timing for French whites, for real. Yeah.
Well, it's perfect timing for me for French whites only because that's what I'm usually drinking because
Oh, okay.
they're cheaper and it's France. But yeah, our high today was 57.
Oh my
So yeah, we're not.
goodness.
I had
Wow.
on a sweater, a coat. I had on a scarf today. It actually hailed for a minute earlier today.
Oh my gosh.
What's hilarious is I went to the wine shop to get the wine for tonight, and I'm like, okay, well, it's getting a little cloudy. We'll probably get some rain because it rained on and off. And so then it started coming down, and I was like, wait, oh, this is coming down kind of hard. So I ducked into a doorway, and then I looked. I was like, wait, those are little balls. I was like, is this hail in May? What is happening? Where am I? So
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Wait, so you're still in like boots? You still wearing
Um,
boots?
I am not, but people are. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
People are in boots.
Okay.
So yeah, and I felt dumb because I'm all like, oh, let me wear some shoes and no socks and let me just have my little bare feet and ankles out. No, girl, what? I'm about to have pneumonia. Like it's ridiculous.
Well, when does it warm up in France?
Girl, that is the $1 million question. I mean, we have some nice days. Like over the weekend, it was nice. We had a nice day over the weekend where it was nice and warm, but it still doesn't get too hot here, which is
Okay.
actually very good. If it got into the 90s, I'd have a fit because most places here don't have air conditioning.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I needed to just stay in the 70s. If it got to the 90s, like I just have to go like, okay, I'm like about to say the mall. Like, I don't even know where the mall is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the movies. I'd have to go sit in the movies or find
Yeah.
some random hotel. Um, or something. But yeah, on average, places don't have air conditioning, central
Wow.
air. So people
Yeah.
like, no, well, you need to find an apartment with central air. I was like, okay, and then that would be no place because
Mm.
even like the rich people, they're like, I mean, France here is really old and they don't have it. So
Right. Right.
as soon as they have fans in the stores, I'm gonna run out and buy that just in case it does get warm, and so I can just have my fan ready.
Mm.
But yeah,
Girl, no, the my AC was on in the car, in the house. It's on now. It's girl, you know what the humidity is like here.
oh yeah, that humidity does
So
not quit. Mm-mm.
yeah. Yeah.
I remember Harry used to be like, "Whoo, you do it in the morning, like, all right, y'all, we together. I'm ready.
Work with. Mm-mm.
Step outside."
For real. For real.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyway, so
things I don't miss.
what'd you say?
Mm-mm. I said things I don't miss. That
Yeah,
humidity,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
I can
No, no.
understand that. I'm curious to see what you're sipping first.
Okay, so let me go off and then come back. So, of course, I had to try to get something that was a little different, something
Hmm.
that I wouldn't be able to drink if I wasn't here. So, I have Domaine Belle Pierre and the Clos de Joux, and it's from Languedoc.
Hmm.
I'm gonna hold it up, and it is a white
A little higher.
blend.
A little higher.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
if you could see
Okay,
the
got it. Okay.
okay, and it is a white blend
Hmm.
of Roussanne, Grenache Blanc, and Viognier.
Oh, wow. That sounds really good.
Right, and that's what I thought because I had picked up another one from
Mhm.
Savoy, and it's from a mountain region in France. And then the
Right.
guy came over and started talking to me in the wine shop. He's like, "What are you looking for?" And I told him, said, "I'm looking for something that's kind of different. I do a
Hmm.
wine chat with my friends, and I want to show them something that they might not have a chance to taste because
Right.
where they are." He said, "Oh, I have the thing for you."
Oh,
And so
okay.
then he pointed me to this. And now you're probably familiar with Roussan
Uh-huh.
from Northern Rhone. No, Southern Rhone.
Hmm.
You get Marsan Roussan. Well, both. Northern Rhone and Southern Rhone. Same with Grenache Blanc. Viognier definitely more Northern Rhone.
Mm-hmm.
Languedoc is still southwest France. Largest wine region in France. But these three grapes are grapes that you don't see together
Yeah.
often.
Yeah, you're
And you
right.
definitely those of you like you're familiar with Viognier from Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
but Roussanne and Grenache Blanc are grapes that you definitely don't see in the wine that often.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely thought this was perfect. So
Oh, it's
even though
pretty.
it's 2:30 in the morning, like this is what it looks like.
Cheers.
And we about to just taste a little bit. So the smell, I definitely get like a honeyed character and like some apple. Oh, and another thing that's really crazy about this, for it to be a white wine, he said it was very dry. He's like, "Do you want something sweet?" I said, "No,
Mm.
dry." It's 14% alcohol,
Oh, wow. That's
which is
high.
high for a white. So I was very surprised. He's like, "It's 14%." I said, "Well, that's exactly what I'll take, 14%." So I have an apple honey character. Also has like a little chalky kind of
Oh,
smell
okay.
to it, like a little chalk dust. A little tartness on the palate. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Nice finish, but yeah, tart. I also see like some bubbles around the edge of the glass. So a little bit of
Oh,
effervescence in it.
okay.
But for it to be that high in alcohol, I can
Mm-hmm.
kind of taste the heat on it, but it's
Okay.
not heavy. It's not like a red that would have that much alcohol that would be like kind of heavy. This
Mm-hmm.
is like still light and tart. So it goes very good with food. I would think, especially things that you eat in the summer. So whitefish,
Mm-hmm.
shrimp,
Mm-hmm.
cheese, like your lighter style cheeses.
Mm-hmm.
But serving this with a medium chill on it
Mm-hmm.
for the summer, like definitely. Like I'll go back and get this again. And at
Nice.
14%, I only need to drink this bottle and I'm good.
Um,
And I'm
so
done.
what is it?
Yeah.
What was it aged in like the like a concrete or the stainless steel?
I don't taste any oak at all. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go with stainless steel.
Okay.
Um Even though I have seen like Roussanne and Viognier can be aged in oak, but I don't really get any oak on this.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and for it to be like a big wine, it still doesn't taste heavy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I would say this, even as far as the body, I would say like medium plus, not full body,
Right.
but then not medium either. Yeah, so definitely in the middle. So I'd say like medium plus. But yeah,
Okay.
this is nice. I'm
Really?
looking at the back of the label trying to translate it right quick,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, they're just saying it's a good wine from a small vineyard.
Mm-hmm.
The
Now,
winemaker's
wait,
name is
so
Joseph.
how many dollars was that?
Girl, so dollars. Wait, let me do a quick. Hold on. I'm about to hit xe.com because that is my resident euro to dollar translation. Or whatever it's called when you do that. Okay. One moment, please. Now don't be mad when I tell y'all what this was,
Oh my
because
gosh. I'm already mad.
you
It's
might be.
dirt cheap.
You might be mad. Yeah, so it was $11.
Oh my gosh. That would be
Yeah.
like 20 or $30 here.
Yep, this was $11.
Wow.
So yes, I am well pleased.
Unbelievable.
And then he was like, I hope this isn't too much. I was like, no. Like, are you kidding? But
Um,
then it also makes me sad thinking about how weak the euro is now.
mm,
Considering it was 9.90 euro. So with it
mhm.
just being $11, that means wow, the dollar is, kind of getting up there. But since I make my money in euro, I want the dollar. I want the euro to be the strongest.
Yeah, yeah.
So I could spend money in America and have like more money. But
Mhm. Wow.
That's not to be. But yeah, this is a nice one. So yeah, Roussan, Grenache Blanc, and Viognier are the blend. So
All right. I just tweeted you. I hope I spelled all the names right because I am terrible at spelling French names.
well, I
But
had to get good. I figured I can't be teaching about French wine and I can't
oh,
spell. So
this is true. This is true. So here's my wine. I am sipping Peekpool from
People
Greece.
de Panay. Mm-hmm.
So Peak Pool, I have not had Peak Pool very many times because I don't see it often. But
Mm-hmm.
I went to Snyder's. I went to Snyder's, and because I know they have a really good selection, so I just said, point me in a direction of a French white outside of Chardonnay, Sancerre, all the usual.
Mm-hmm.
So he pointed out people. I was gonna go Alsatian, but I was like, no, let's do something different. So Peak Pool is the grape, everybody. And did I say this Pinier? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
The region? Yeah. So Pinier is the region. Um, it's very light. It's light and zesty. The aromatics on it are so nice. What did I write down? It's kind of got this honeydew petrol kind of thing on the nose, but it's really clean and soft. What did I write? It has really good acidity. So a little bit of pear also on the palate, and I can imagine this with a big old bowl of mussels or some oysters on a half shell, if that's your
Mm-hmm.
style. Um, and then I read up and said Peak Pool is really good with anchovies, cod, and yeah, most shellfish. So it's
Yeah. See,
definitely
something good with anchovies. I just have to take your word for it because
you don't
anchovies
like
are
anchovies?
not no. And it's
Yeah,
I don't like
they're
them on their own. I like their salty character, so I
mm-hmm,
like that
mm-hmm.
part of it. And so I've
Yeah,
had anchovies in other things. Like
yeah,
anchovies, put them on stuff here all the time, and I'm like, oh, I don't
right.
like anchovies. They're like, but you're eating them in that salad.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, no, I just
yeah.
like the
It's
saltiness
not
of them.
something I eat alone either, but I will have it on a pizza if it's there. But yeah, they say you just cut your anchovies and you sip your pig pool, and that's supposed to be
You
a really
know,
good combo. I
yeah, if you
haven't
put it on
tried.
pizza, you can't tell me that that's what you have on there. Like I'll eat it, just don't tell me that's what it is. Like I've had
Mhm,
a lot of things, and I'm like, oh, I would never eat that. They're like, but
mhm.
it's in your plate now. I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah, you just can't tell me what it is.
yeah. Oh, so everybody, pig pool is grown in Rhone and Languedoc. Tanisha, you can add on if you like, but those are only two places I know that pig pool is.
Mhm. And I just think it's funny that we both got wines from Languedoc.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Very funny. But
But also with it being the largest region
mhm,
in France, because you usually hear about Languedoc with Roussillon.
mhm,
Um, they are the ones that have a larger variety of grapes. They
mhm.
grow more things, and a lot of your grapes outside of the norm, outside of the Cabernet, Petit
Yeah,
Verdot, outside
yeah,
of the Chardonnay, Sauv Blanc, those
mhm,
kind of things.
yeah.
That's what you'll find in the Languedoc region. I also think with the region being as large as it is, the climate is different, the sunlight is different, the rainfall, the soil, all of that goes into what kind of grapes you can grow. And
Mhm.
they also are a little more experimentative with the kinds of things that they do.
Okay.
They still have that same French grape growing winemaking tradition, of having just done this over, centuries and centuries,
Yeah.
but they aren't as tied to specific grapes as
Oh,
your Bordeaux,
okay.
as your Burgundy, as your Champagne.
Gotcha.
So they can plant grapes, they can plant something new, pull something out.
Hmm.
These are just different things that they can kind of do down there.
Hmm.
So yeah, you got a lot of variety there.
Yep.
I'm looking up something because there was one. Uh, Yeah, so the thing with Languedoc, why it grows so well there, because Languedoc is on the coast of the Mediterranean.
Hmm. Yeah. Yep.
So with that Mediterranean climate, with that it gets some of that nice acidity and crisp flavor
Mhm.
based on
Yeah.
the limestone where it grows, and then it
Yep.
gets that cool Mediterranean breeze, and then it still gets a bunch of sunlight. That's why it's able to get ripe and also maintain a strong bit of acidity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
And this
actually a fan of peak pool. Of well, I mean, it's there
are
aren't
you
too many wines. There aren't too many wines that we've talked
that
about
you're not a
that I'm
fan
not a fan of. Yep.
of? Yeah, and this is 100% stainless steel, so
Mm.
it's really nice. Yeah, I have to say. And this was $12, so I'm
Yeah.
not too
See,
far
there
from
you go. Yep.
your.
You're not at all.
Yeah.
Yep. You're not at all. And that's another thing about Languedoc. You're definitely gonna get your better value, your
Yeah.
better price point wines in
Hmm.
Languedoc. These are wines that also you drink fairly young. These aren't
Yeah.
things that you need to age and things that you'll hold on to and come back to in like 2025. Like you want to
Mhm.
drink these
Yeah.
now. And if you're ever looking for a value, because some people are like, oh, French wine is so expensive, you won't get any value. Languedoc Roussillon is definitely your region
Yeah,
for that.
and then you have to, I mean, you have to go outside your corner liquor store because they're not going to have
Oh, girl, yeah.
they're not going to have people. So, like I always say, find you a nice wine shop where you can get to know someone who works there. They know your palate and they can open you up to some different wines. And I'm sure you can find some affordable French wines.
That is so key, getting to know your
Mhm.
wine shop, getting to know, the manager, the owner,
Yeah,
whoever. But you just really need somebody on your team
yeah,
from a wine shop. There was
yeah.
several in DC that, I knew people there who could make suggestions for
Mhm.
me, and they would get something new in stock and be like, "Hey, Tanisha, you need to come in and you
Right.
need to try this."
Yeah.
Here, I have a few places here in Paris that I can go, and they can kind of help me out. They don't necessarily know me yet, but
Right.
they're friendly enough that when I go to these particular places, they can point me in the direction of what I'm looking for.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I'm usually looking for something very specific or um very not specific. I mean, so that's everything. But
I
I'm
have a
usually
question.
like,
How often do you buy wine while you're there?
oh gosh.
Now, is it
Oh.
something I need some bread and you just get wine too, or do you buy like six bottles at a time and just keep them at your house, or like how is it you're really living there, or you just kind of shop here and there?
Kind of shop here and there. So I might buy wine a couple of times a week.
Okay.
Uh, but I drink wine probably it's 7 days in a week. I'm probably seriously drinking wine like five or six. Like,
I mean, you're in France, so you have to.
and because like that's just what people do. Like, listen, I was at this place last night that for their happy hour, wine is €2 a glass. Was I
What?
not supposed to drink it? Like it was €2 a glass.
Wow. Wow.
And it wasn't bad because at first I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be garbage. But then again, I remember even like cheap house wine here is
Right.
still like they take such pride in what they do.
Right.
Like even the cheap wine is, still great.
Mm.
There's actually this wine shop here that I want to try where they have the wine in like big jugs and you buy a bottle from the store and then you
Mhm.
fill it up yourself,
Oh,
and then they charge you like that. So I found out about this
so
place.
like a growler?
Yes, it's
Wow.
like that. And then you can just come back and fill it up, and they'll have different things in there from time to time. But that's actually how it is in some of the smaller towns in the
Mhm.
wine regions, where you can just go to certain vineyards or certain, shops there, and then you just take your bottle, you just fill it up. You pay the guy €5 or whatever, and then that's
Oh,
what you drink.
that's
They're
crazy.
just so the cool thing here, and I know I've said this before, but they're just so casual about it. Like
Yeah.
they're around it for so long,
Mhm.
and it's such a part of their culture and heritage and history that there's sometimes that I'll just stand in the wine aisle in like the grocery store and just kind of look at people as they,
Mhm.
come down the aisle. They'll come down the aisle, they know what they're looking for. They'll just walk
Mhm.
down the aisle and then grab it and then walk away. Go to the aisle in America and people are like, um
Mm-hmm.
uh
Yeah. Yeah.
uh um hand sweating, uh and they kind of struggle
Mm-hmm.
because they are looking at like they have no idea.
Wow.
But on the flip side, the thing here that I've noticed, people don't stray too much outside of what they usually drink. Like they have something they drink and they drink it all the time.
Oh, okay.
Like when I get together with friends, a couple of French people that I do know, they come out. When they bring wine, they bring the same region. Like that's what they bring
Really
all the time. Yeah. So like
interesting.
if they drink Bordeaux, they drink Bordeaux. They don't drink Burgundy. They don't really drink,
Wow.
anything from outside. It's like they drink, this one region, and
Mhm.
that's what they drink. So
So is it like people who only drink like California wine? Is it kind of like that?
kinda, yeah,
What?
kinda.
Okay. Okay.
And
Um.
then and the reason they drink that is, I mean, it could be various regions. Like they grew up in that area,
What?
or they have
Uh-huh.
family from there.
Mhm.
Like, oh, their great uncle used to own a vineyard.
Mhm.
Like anybody in France is probably only like two generations away from somebody who
Mhm.
owned a vineyard
Right.
or who worked at a vineyard or something having to do with wine.
Interesting. Huh. Oh,
Yeah.
so has your palate changed since you've moved there?
I'll say no because I was a big French wine drinker and a big lover of French wine before I came.
Mhm.
It has changed, and I won't even say changed. I'll just say now I'm a little more limited in that I only drink French wine while I'm here. Like
Mhm.
I'm not going to the store and buying like, oh, let me get this Rioja. Like
Oh,
I'm not doing
yeah.
that.
Mm.
Or oh, they have a Malbec from Argentina. Like no, I am solely drinking French wine.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, they do have other things here, but since I know I'm not going to be here forever, I'm like, let me just drink stuff that I know I would never get to, kind of taste
Mhm.
again. And things
Wow.
that I've studied before,
Mhm.
but didn't know what they tasted like. So that's the kind of cool thing. Like when I would take French wine classes with the French Wine Society or even with Society of Wine Educators, just, studying for those certifications, you hear about these different grapes and these different regions and things. And it's things that I don't have access to and things that you don't have access to in
Right.
America. But those are things that I can, drink here.
Mhm.
I also done more studying and a little more research to get more information about importing, exporting, shipping,
Oh,
and why certain things are available in certain places. Sometimes
uh-huh.
it's just not advantageous. Like if you have a small vineyard, like just think of the vineyards that in, Virginia and Maryland. Like, okay, if you only make 50 cases, you
Right.
can't afford to ship that out. Like
Right.
it's just too much.
Right.
And then, and that's just to the 50 states.
Right.
Well, not 50 states because you're not shipping it to yourself, but that's just to the states. So if you're thinking about something coming from another country, if they just have that small amount, once you start adding on, tax,
Yeah.
take into consideration the conversion, dollar to
Mhm.
euro or wherever else they need to send it. And we're talking them just sending it to America, not them sending it to other,
Mhm.
countries,
Yeah.
continents, whatever. um the actual cost of shipping, how it needs to get over there. Does it need to get over plane? Are they sending it boat? Like how are they doing that?
Mhm.
The different things that they have to put on the label, how much it costs to make different labels.
Right.
Because there'll be a wine here, it will have one label. That label may not get approved in America because there
Right.
have to be certain things on the label. Like measurements are different, like centiliters to milliliters.
Mhm.
Like that's different. So they have to change the label to do that. Everybody doesn't have the kind of money to make those little changes in
Right.
order for it to be even legal to get to the States.
Mhm.
Then you tack on the fees for a distributor, warehouse, importer, all of that.
Yeah.
It's just too much. They're like, you know what? Y'all just come to France and taste some wines and
Yeah.
buy some stuff over here and ship it to yourself.
It sounds like a plan to me.
Hey, I'm here for it. I want people to come visit. But yeah, I liked it. 14% alcohol. That's still kind of crazy.
It is. Can you hold it up again? Now it's looking golden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm getting a lot of like seriously apple and honey on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
also some
typically
flowers now.
that kind of reminds me of like a warm climate. That apple and honey and that golden
Mm-hmm.
color and the high alcohol. Like it was a lot of sun.
And that's the thing about Languedoc. With it being so big, you have a
Yeah.
lot of different, climates and things. Because I know for yours, it was probably sun, but then also it must have gotten cool at night for it to
Yeah.
maintain that same
Yeah.
acidity. So
Yeah. From what I hear, these vines are very close to the water.
yeah,
So they get
that's
that
what I'm
cool.
thinking it have to be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the temperature doesn't fluctuate as much,
Right.
when you're by the water. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have those. Yeah, it stays kind of even. But yeah, I'm pleased with this one. So all right.
Yeah, I'm pleased with mine too.
Le
Anything else?
closet de jour. All right.
Anything else we want to add?
I don't know because I feel like I just talked a lot,
Mm.
but no. And I'm glad
um,
you picked pig pool. It was a I was trying to find the specific thing about pig pool that I had heard before, but of course now that
yeah, of course we're on
I'm
air.
trying to do right, we're on air, and since I'm trying to do this search and stuff now, it's not coming up.
Like a fun
Yeah.
fact or something?
It was a fun fact.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'll have to tweet it.
Yeah, just tweet it to me.
I'll tweet it.
But
The
yeah, guys,
people de Panay, it's perfect. It's a really nice wine for the summer. Something that you serve chilled and that it goes with your picnic.
yeah.
So that's a really good one. What are some other French whites that like that aren't, that are outside of your Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc?
Oh, um, uh, let's see. What do I like? Hmm.
Uh-oh, I didn't mean to stump you.
I know you did because and I'm talking to you. I do like Grenache Blanc.
Okay.
I do like Grenache Blanc. I do like a Viognier, and Roussanne. So this is hard.
Well,
What?
there are those.
Gosh, a unique one? What's
Well, just something that's not Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Gris. That was all. I mean, and you just named three, so there you go.
Oh my gosh, but those were yours. Um, what? Okay, so a lot of times my tastings here, I try to pour Rouvray anytime I
Oh
can
yeah.
because
Hmm.
I think a lot of people here would like it, but they just don't know it. And
Yeah. Chenin
Rouvray
Blanc is a really good one.
Blanc,
Yeah.
and it's so damn tasty, and
It
it can be
is.
sweet and it can be dry, and so
It can be
that's great.
sparkling, it can be still. That's the cool thing about Chenin. Chenin can do like anything.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
And when you get it from the Loire, like you said, dry, sweet, still
Hmm.
sparkling.
Yep.
It it has such a range.
Yeah.
I think people should just try more things. And that's why I love how we do these hangouts. And I know when I do my wine tours or give wine talks, I really just try to give people like some language that they can use
Yeah.
as far as what they like. Because I think that's the most important thing where you're going to talk to that wine shop
Yeah.
manager or, sales associate that that's helping you out. You need some language to give them as far as things that you like.
Yeah.
Don't just go in there. I want something sweet.
Yeah.
Because you don't describe anything else like that. You don't go to the restaurant. Give me what do you have on your menu that's crunchy? Like no one says that. Like tonight, I want something salty. What?
Right.
Let's
Right.
go. you describe like when you describe your food, you're like, okay, I want something that's a little salty, this may be a little sweet. I don't really like fruit in my food, and I don't want it with nuts. Like, you're very specific.
Right.
And so you can use that same language when you're talking about wine. You can say, I want something that's a little dry but still more fruit forward. I wanted to have some like ripe fruit sweetness, or I really like wines that have like kind of a spicy undertone, maybe saw a little oak treatment and have that, kind of a woodsy note to it. And it doesn't have to be all this fancy
Right.
wine, language. Just, kind of say like, okay, I like, I had a Chardonnay that tasted like butter popcorn. What else do you have that's like that?
Right.
That is perfectly fine. And then if you say that, they'll probably suggest something like a Viognier to you.
Right.
If you like something with, high acidity, and if you can't, like, I don't know, acidity. Okay, it has like a tart flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And something with like bright citrus notes, or like citrus zest, grapefruit, something like that. Okay, we'll get you in a Sauvignon Blanc, or
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you want something that might be a little rounder and creamier, and maybe with ripe fruit sweetness.
Right.
We'll
And
get
of
you
course,
your Vouvray.
at my last tasting after I did the yoga and wine event,
Mm-hmm.
one lady was like, "Oh, well, I don't like Chardonnay, but this one is good." It was from it was a stainless steel Chardonnay. I think it was from Oregon. And
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, no, well, no, it all depends on where your Chardonnay is from,
Yes.
how it's made, what it's aged in. So never say never when it comes to wine, because
Yeah.
yeah, you don't know.
Because some people just don't understand that how different wine is. How if
Hmm.
you have it from a different place, it tastes completely different.
Hmm.
The flavor, because if you go and get a vodka, if I get Absolute, Grey Goose, Ciroc, Stoli, I mean, for the most part, they're gonna taste the same.
Hmm.
Like if you just get, just plain vodka, because actually the definition of vodka is tasteless, odorless
Right,
spirit.
right.
But, when it comes to wine, it is distinctly different. You get your Pinot Noir from Oregon versus Virginia versus California versus Burgundy versus
Mhm.
Italy, it versus New Zealand. It will taste distinctly different.
Totally different.
But I do get that some people don't want to spend the money to
Hmm.
figure that out.
Right,
They're
right,
like, all right, girl, this costs, you just named 5 places
right,
and multiply that by
right,
12 on
right,
average, how much you spend on a bottle of wine. So we're
right.
at what?
Pinot
12
Noir.
times 5 is what? 60? Like, my math is sketchy, so don't don't go with me on that one.
Yeah,
But whatever that number is, like, you
right.
spent a decent amount,
Hmm.
and you bought 6 bottles, you might like two, you slightly disgusted that you just poured out 4 bottles.
Right,
Or,
right,
just invite us over and we can help you out with this.
right. Exactly. I know. One lady was like, "Well, how did you find these wines, and how do you figure this out?" I said, "Listen, I drink a lot of wine. You ain't got to do
Yeah.
that. Just follow
Right.
me. Follow me on Twitter. I'll show you the way. I'll
Right.
show you the way."
Girl, do you know my
But
blog address? If you don't
like, here's
hit
my
me
card.
up,
Just follow me.
we
It's
can
fine.
talk about it.
You
Girl,
don't
this
have
is
to
my
do what I
card.
do. You
Yeah.
don't have to do what I do. But the thing
Hmm.
is, like tomorrow, Bell's is having one of their master
Oh, it is
tasting,
Wednesday. Yep.
and it's all rosé. So
See?
I'm gonna be there, and I invited my meetup group. I'm like, listen, it's free. Just show up. Just show up.
Yeah.
Show up
That's
with the
funny.
open.
I have an article I need to write on rosé, so I need to get on that.
Oh man, I can't wait. I love a rosé.
Rosé is so nice. That's what I've been drinking lately. I had a rosé earlier tonight. It was so good. And it was organic.
Mm. What
Uh
grape?
I I can't even remember what grape.
Uh,
Did I? And that's another thing about wine here. It doesn't always say. Luckily, this bottle said it, because it's also Languedoc sometimes will say the grape varieties on it. But
Oh,
some
that's
of the other regions, they're like, girl, no, you just good luck. Just maybe you could Google it and figure it out. But girl, just they like just
wow.
drink this. We don't.
Mhm.
You don't need to know what's in it. It's
That's
just like when
funny.
you ask your parents a question, they're like, don't, because I said so. Like that's just it. We just
Oh my goodness.
'cause that's what
Wow.
I said. So I'll just
Yeah.
drink it and then look at the back like I don't know what it is, but all right.
Mhm,
They're like, it
mhm.
tastes like strawberries, raspberries, and it's delicious. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this was nice.
Yes. Nice discussion. We talked some French whites
Yep.
that people may or may not have heard of. You
Right.
mentioned the ones that you liked.
Oh, you didn't name the
No.
other another white that you would like that you like from France.
Um, so Roussan is in here. I also like
Right.
Marsan. So
Oh, okay.
Marsan, the Marsan Roussan blends. I like
Okay.
those from
Yeah.
that you'll see from the Rhone Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, you have your Gewürztraminer, your Alsatian Gewürztraminer, but I mean, they go back and forth with if that is French or I'm about to
Right.
say
Right.
Greek, not Greek,
Right.
German. So that's why I was like, let me be hesitant to mention that one. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm a
Okay.
fan, and with Grenache, I'm a fan of Grenache wherever it grows.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it grows in France or Spain or whatever. It's an awesome grape. Just
You
an
know, I did
absolutely
not
awesome
know that
grape.
people can be red or it can be rosé. I
Mhm.
did not know that.
Mhm.
Had no idea.
It's weird how some grapes, just how they grow,
Right.
how grapes will do anything. And
Right.
when they're planting vines, they have to plant a cutting. You can't plant a seed.
Right.
Because if
Right.
you plant a grape seed, like that grape it will just grow to be
Mhm.
anything.
Right.
You plant a Pinot Gris seed and it might come out like any color. Like you don't know what you're gonna get. So
Hmm.
if you want to be ensured that you planting Grenache Blanc and you are getting Grenache Blanc, you take an actual cutting of the vine and you
Hmm.
plant the vine. Because that seed, you'll mess around and get strawberries. Like you don't know. Okay, maybe not strawberries. But grapes are just so weird,
Mhm.
and let me not get too nerdy into it, but I that is how I got into this in the first place because I'm just absolutely so fascinated
Mhm.
by how they grow and what they do. But
Right.
yeah, so there's that.
Yep.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, anything else you just like to add or say or anything before we head out?
I think we should do a um I am obsessed with wines that are aged in concrete.
Okay.
It's like I had it once and it was from France. I'm like, what? Does this say a concrete? Like, what? I'd never
Yeah.
heard of that before. And then I was like, it was so daggone good. I was like, well, I've got to research this and I have to find more of it. So that's my goal for the summer to find more. I don't want to say just concrete, just more wines that are aged or fermented in other things other than stainless steel and oak.
Okay. Now, are you familiar with wines of Georgia, the country, not the state?
Yeah, uh-huh. I am.
And you know how they
It's
age
different.
those in the
Yeah.
Kaveri in that clay
Yes.
jar. And
Yes.
so those are pretty awesome because like they'll
Yeah.
put them in the clay jar and then buried in the ground.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah, because you
absolutely
know
fascinated with that.
I've poured Georgia wines before.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew the guy, Noel, I think was his name,
Yeah,
who's
that's his
over
name.
the yeah.
Hmm.
I met him at something and then, we've just chatted or whatever since
Yeah.
then. And he definitely put me on to some excellent wines in his portfolio.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I met a girl at the European Wine Bloggers Conference last year who
Hmm.
has a website, Taste of Georgia,
Hmm.
and she promotes Georgian wines.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I want to say she lives in Italy, but she just saw a need and opening there for Georgian wines. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just went for it. Yeah.
Yeah. The wines are pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
So yeah,
good.
maybe we can do something in a future hangout about just kind of putting it out there about
Hmm.
wines aged or fermented in different
Hmm.
things. In
Yep.
different things or with different things.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Or maybe even alternative, not alternative, but like different winemaking techniques.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just anything like that, like with some of the like with the Amarone from Italy,
Oh,
how they
wow.
take the grapes and put those on the straw mats and let them dry out for a couple weeks so they look like raisins,
Right.
and then they go through the fermentation process.
Hmm. Yep.
Or the orange wines, how
Oh,
they
wow.
do that.
Hmm.
But again, y'all, because we'll be all here all night and get
Yes, we
completely
will.
nerdy,
We'll go back.
but
Yeah.
it is, I mean, just the way that they do it is just so fascinating how much you can do with a grape. Like, you think you go to the grocery store and you pick up the little grapes and you eat them. Well, I mean, you rinse them off.
Right.
Unless you eat them in the store, then they not rinsed off, but whatever. I'm
Right.
not judging your life. So you rinse them off and then you eat them. But you're not thinking about, when it comes to wine grapes, just
Hmm.
all the different things they do to get
Right.
it in a bottle and get it to you. Like, how much. And also, I'm fascinated about how much happens naturally.
Right.
Like, yeah, winemakers have a hand in how it tastes and how it gets to you, but then
Right.
there's so much that happens just because of the different soil.
Right.
Like how when we were talking earlier about, your Pinot Noir from Oregon is going to be different than from California because the soil's different. The
Right.
amount of sunlight it gets is different. The amount of rainfall is different. All of that is such, has such an
Hmm.
effect on the final flavor. It's crazy.
Can I just say that ever since I learned the science behind noble rot,
Mm-hmm.
I do not throw fruit away when it goes, it goes wait. But let me tell you what
Mm-hmm.
I do. I throw it in my juicer, like, oh, hold up, because that's about to be real sweet. Throw
It
that
is.
in the juicer, and it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, Alan will see me sometimes. He can't see me put it in the juicer because he'll say,
Right.
"I ain't gonna drink that. I ain't gonna drink that."
Right.
You are. You about to drink this because this ain't
Right.
but this ain't nothing but some wine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fermented. That's all. It's all it is. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, ever
Yeah,
since I learned,
when you know the science behind it, you're okay with it. 'Cause otherwise, you're like, oh, I gotta throw this away. And it's like, wait, just think if they had done that, we would never know about Sauterne, and we
right,
would be denied like one of the most amazing wines ever.
right,
I don't drink it often because Sauterne is hella expensive,
yeah, yeah.
even here. But I mean, here what's crazy is if you tell me a wine costs €20, I'm like, €20. Like, what do you think? What? You think I'm the president? Like, who can pay for that? 20. Like, I'm
Oh
making
my
all kind of
God!
noise.
Wow.
20. Because I actually wanted to do a wine from the Jura, a Vin
Mhm,
Jaune, a young wine from the Jura.
mhm.
But it was 26. And I was like, oh, I'm absolutely not doing this. So we'll
Oh
never
my
break down and do it. But
That's so.
I know. That's so crazy. Because when I was just in the States and I was looking at wine, like, oh, let me go buy some wine. Wait, it costs how much? What?
Right.
I'm looking
Hmm.
at it's like, oh, I can't buy anything here.
Right.
Wine by the glass at 12, 15. I'm like, I'm not thirsty anymore. Never mind. I'll have a beer.
Yeah.
Beer's what, $7? I'll have a beer.
And the thing is, I was talking to Leslie, and I was telling her, I was like, I can be at a winery, and I will drop $30 or $40. I mean, 30 or 40, yeah, dollars for a bottle with no problem. Like, oh, I'm at the winery. I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
experiencing
you're in it.
all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all in it. But you tell me that at a store, no, ma'am.
Never. I'm like, y'all don't have any coupons? It's no tasting coupon or nothing.
Can't do it.
Do y'all have singles? I'm not doing this.
So because I
Mm-mm.
guess I know the details behind the markup, so I can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah. And at a restaurant, oh, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Come on. Come
Here
on.
we only drink bottles at restaurants. It's crazy. But
You
you like
only drink bottles at restaurants.
you're getting a bottle. It's 20, maybe 25 at the restaurant. Why am I not buying a bottle? Like that would be silly if it's three of us drinking. Like,
And
why
you
would I just get a bottle? It's 25
right,
euro.
right. Oh, so when you said happy hour, is it by the glass or by the bottle?
That was by the glass. That €2 was by the
Okay.
glass.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. All right.
we we kind of went in on that happy hour. And that's actually the reason I went, because they have a spoken word here. And I'm like, wait a minute, a French
They was
spoken word?
spoken
I was
word.
like, wait a minute, is it in French? But no, it's French people doing poetry in English.
Ha!
So
Look at
I'm
there.
like, with those accents, I'm here for it. So
Did it give you
yeah.
the same feeling as like American spoken word?
It did, yeah. And there was a few
Oh,
Americans who got up and
okay.
spoke. But
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
I'm just amazed with how American culture has influenced other places.
Mm, mm,
So that is definitely something that I get
hmm.
here. Just because just the idea of it, like I know America hasn't thought of everything and everything we do is just us,
Right.
but just with some of the things that they were doing in the spoken word, I'm like, no, that is actually American. So yeah,
Mm,
y'all definitely got that part from America. Um, so I have a couple of friends who are writers and who speak at the spoken word. So that's kind of
hmm.
how I got into that.
Oh, okay.
Um, I have a few friends that are in the comedy scene. So they're in the, English speaking comedy scene in
Hmm.
here in France. And a lot of that stuff is American. Like some of the French people that do the comedy in English, I'm like, okay, this is somebody's entire act, but okay.
Oh no. Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
or they'll
Wow.
just take like the personality or like the
Yeah,
ideas of
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
American comics. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And definitely the music.
Really?
Yeah, oh, and yeah, the music for sure. The
Huh.
music, absolutely.
Interesting.
But only certain parts of American music. Like they love black music.
Oh well.
So I'm talking rap, R&B, jazz. They
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Love it. And it's
Hmm.
still weird for me to hear rap if I'm just out at a bar or whatever here, because
Yeah.
it's not censored, so they don't know what they're saying. So I've heard certain things and I've been like, yeah, y'all don't know these words, right? Because this is
Mm. Oh
they,
no.
they've said all the curse words in this. Y'all shouldn't. There are kids in here. I'm
Oh,
like, this is the grocery store. Yep.
oh
Y'all
no.
don't know these words. Okay.
Oh no.
And why?
it's messed up because sometimes on Pandora, if I'm listening to Lil Wayne too long, they'll add in some
Hmm.
other rap artists, and I don't know how they find English rappers and will throw that in the mix. And when I tell you I can't stand
Okay.
it, I don't think it's right. I don't think, like I can't even do it. I can't.
It's hilarious.
And he might be the best rapper alive in England, but I,
Right. You like, but
I
we
cannot.
got rappers here, so I don't need to know about him.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, and they have French rappers. I could name you not one of them,
Uh-huh.
but I mean, because we have Drake and Common and Kendrick Lamar and,
Right.
Lil Wayne and, we have our people. So I don't have to
Yeah.
know your people. Sorry. Your
I
country
would
or not. I ain't got to know it.
I would take like a Spanish rapper over an English or French rapper. Like just talk to me like next to the bar, like say like a sentence in your accent, and then I'm fine. Like you ain't gotta rap. You don't have to rap.
Girl,
All you gotta do is
listen,
talk. All you gotta do is talk.
accents. Yep. Accents. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up for accents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why the spoken word. It was this guy who spoke. I mean, like pure French. He's like, this is my first time doing this in English. Please go easy on me. And so he wrote out what he did was kind of like a rap. But then
Hmm.
with his accent and when he was saying the words, and then he was moving his hands and he was, yeah. And and da 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 da. And in the French accent, I was looking like, oh, hi, my name's Tanisha.
Oh my
Hello.
goodness.
I'm
Oh.
like, you gonna be here next week? See you next week.
Mm.
Yeah, that was fun.
Did you give him the snapping fingers? Did you snap your fingers?
Oh no, we just full on clapped because I was like, do we snap here? What happens? But everyone's like, yeah, and, some whistling and all that. So yeah, it was cool. It was a nice little scene. It was nice.
That's
Yeah.
fun. Wow.
All right. Yeah. So
All
we've
right.
gotten off of wine, but yeah, just to
Right.
circle back, the
Mm-hmm.
wines for the evening were People de Panay,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a blend Roussanne, Grenache Blanc, and Viognier.
Yeah. Cheers.
Um, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mine's empty, but cheers to the bottle.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mine's pretty
Right. And I'm
empty.
like, oh, let me pour myself another. Then I'm like, actually, no, because I'm gonna go to sleep. Yeah.
All right.
Because please believe that, fancy on top like normal, but I'm definitely in my
Okay.
pajama pants. So just so you know.
Right in pajamas. That's what we do.
Right.
It's okay.
Just so you know.
All
So
right.
yeah, any thoughts on what we want to do next month, or you think there are any lingering questions that people might have that we haven't gone over?
I don't know. You mentioned what you wanted to do for June in your email, but I just forgot what it was.
Okay, yeah. So we'll revisit that, and then
Yeah.
June we
Mhm.
will,
Yeah.
yeah. No, and this is good. Once a month. Even though I wish I could do more, like I cannot commit to getting up. I'm sorry.
Hey, stop it. I can't
Yeah.
imagine getting up. I don't know the last time that I've seen 2:30 or 3 a.m. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Like on purpose. Like I've seen it,
seriously,
you've seen it on accident. Like, oh wait, oh, I got to get home.
yeah. So or
Right.
I gotta get up. I'm using the bathroom. It's
Right. Like,
like
oh, I'm hungry. Let me get up. Oh, it's 2:30. Let me get this last slice of pizza. So that happens.
yeah.
Yeah.
So crazy, but thank you. I really appreciate it.
Sure. No, no problem. I love doing these.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's bad our Earth Day one didn't work out as
Oh my
planned.
gosh. But that was so fun though. I'm glad you
It
were
was
here.
so much fun.
I'm so glad.
So much.
I'm sorry you guys missed the Earth Day one, but you know, mm,
Yeah.
yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah, we had some really good wines too.
And
We had that
one really bad one that I'm glad I didn't post, but you know, it happens. It happens.
right, and I was about to name all the wines too. So no, I'm not gonna say anything. And
Don't bother.
we had some good, we had some good ones.
Yep.
But I
Absolutely.
mean, at any time you try anything, like don't ever be discouraged when you
Right.
get a bad one. That's kind of like the fun in it. Like
Right.
when you go to a restaurant, you don't have a meal you love every time.
Mm-hmm.
And just because, you don't have a meal that you particularly like, you don't say, you know what, this restaurant is terrible. I'm never going back here.
Mm-hmm.
What is 10 other things on the menu? Like you just unfortunately picked one that you didn't care for.
Right.
So
Right.
like don't let that turn you off from all Chardonnay. Because I've heard people say, oh, I hate Chardonnay.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you don't like a particular style of
Mm-hmm.
Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Like people who really like the buttery oaky Chardonnays don't like the stainless steel Chardonnays, and vice versa.
Right.
People may not like the Pinot Noir out of California, but you love Pinot Noir out of Oregon,
Right.
or you really like Italian Pinot Noir because the flavor tastes different.
Mm-hmm.
So you just really have to, you know,
I mean, you have to
try
taste.
something else.
You have to
And
taste
taste.
stuff.
Most of the wine shops have these free tastings.
I
So
tell y'all every
go do
time.
listen. And Sarita says this all the time. Go
Oh,
do the free tastings. That's a way to taste it. And you're not feeling like you're losing money buying a whole bottle.
right. Right.
Um, when people have, and not just the free tasting at the wine shops, when people have wine tastings, like when Sarita does her wine events, or when Leslie does the wine tours,
Mm-hmm.
different things like that, go to these things. I
Yeah.
mean, hey, tune in to us and listen to the different things that we're tasting, so you can say,
Mm-hmm.
that sounds good, because we're giving you real language. Like
Right.
if you read this in, and no shade to Wine Spectator and Wine Enthusiast, I read them both, But you know, if I got my Wine Spectator right now and read you like a wine review, you'd be like, okay, I don't know
Right.
if I
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that helped me. I
Yep.
don't know. The language is so flowery and
Right.
just so some of it is so up here that you're like, I don't what?
Yeah.
But now for me, I know my palate. I know what I like. I know what grapes
Right.
I like. I know what flavors I like.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some things that I know I will like. There's some things I won't like. I don't like all the wines in the world. There are some wines that I specifically do not care for. I mentioned a couple of them before. I don't have to go into it tonight because I don't want to alienate anybody. But there's some things I just don't like.
Yeah. Yeah. And also wine is you're never going to taste all the wines in the world. So there's always going to be something new. Go to your
Yeah.
wine shop. Just keep tasting. You're going to find something that you like. And don't say that you only like sweet wines. Listen. It's not true. You just haven't found
Girl, I'm
one.
about to fall out. No, don't.
Don't do it. Don't even do it.
And
Don't
even if you say I like my wine sweet, there's a better way to say it, and then there is more than just that one sweet wine in the world.
yeah.
Or those two sweet wines that
Yep.
you go to. There are so many different things. Start thinking of the other things that you like about it.
Yeah.
Like, do you like the fruit? Does it taste like a ripe fruit? Does it have like is it just the heavy sugar content?
Mhm.
Do you taste ripe pear? Does it have some citrus in it? Like what other things you like? Just think of what other
Mhm.
flavors you like.
Mhm. And yeah, and honestly, some people just like to get nice. When I tell you you can get nice off red wine, you can't necessarily drink a Moscato with a hamburger. I mean, try
Oh,
something.
they do it.
Just try
Yeah.
something different. Just try something different.
Yeah. And if you're nervous about trying something different, like pair it with something. Like don't
Yeah,
just drink it on its own. Pair
absolutely.
it with food because
Hmm.
there are certain wines. Like for me, Italian wines I can't drink on their own.
Hmm.
There are a couple that I can, but for the most part, Italian wines need food because
Yeah.
they're very tannic, they're very big.
Hmm.
So if you're in doubt about how a wine tastes, how you feel about it, pair it with something.
And then
Pair it with
people that
your
scares
hamburger,
people
your
even more.
pasta.
That
Yeah.
scares people even more because they think they need foie gras in their fridge in order to pair wine, which is ridiculous.
Oh, girl, no. If you don't pair that with that Big Mac, mm-mm.
Do it. Wait, Tanisha talk about
Listen.
Popeye's chicken and champagne all the time.
Listen, I sing that from the rooftops. From the rooftops. Do you hear me?
I'm telling you.
Fried chicken and champagne is everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously,
Same with butter popcorn.
it is. That
But
it is.
no, that Garrett's popcorn from Chicago, that cheese and caramel,
Um,
you put
come
that
on,
with some
come
champagne.
on. Don't do it. Don't do that. I ain't been to Chicago in a
I
minute.
got
Don't
to,
do
whew, got to just put my hand up. Yes.
it.
Yes. But anyway,
Yes, but all right. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see
thank you
you
so
guys
much.
in June. We will tweet out what we're going to be sipping or drinking and educating you about. So,
Mhm.
all right.
All of that.
All right. Have a good night,
Until
everybody.
next
Cheers.
time. Any questions? Tweet us, Facebook us,
Yep.
we're
All that.
everywhere. Instagram. Maybe we should start Snapchatting or something. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that offline.
Okay. Yeah. You're right. Okay. Bye.